Welcome to Litmus Chemistry classes. So we were discussing the topic that is solid state chemistry. Already I think many of you have seen the part 1 of nothing but it has having basics and general characteristics of solids. So those who have not yet watched that video, you can go to the channel. There I have already created a playlist called as solid state chemistry and the playlist is there. So you can see that all the solid state chemistry videos in one playlist named as solid state chemistry. So yaru innu nodilla, so go and watch that. It is having some basics and general characteristics of solid. So today we will discuss about the amorphous and crystalline solids. So adukkinta munche I would like to request you, please like, share and subscribe the channel in order to get the further notification about our channel. Nothing but the videos irbodu ಅಥವಾ any type of educational news irbodu. So please do that and let us start the solid state chemistry part 2, having started from amorphous and crystalline solids. So these are the two classification of solids. ಇವೆರಡು ಕೂಡ solid in ಎರಡು classification based on their physical properties. So if you see here, amorphous and crystalline solids ನೀವು ನೋಡಿರಬಹುದು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ, like the powder which we apply for the face, nothing but it's a amorphous solid ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So it is having some softness nature. When you feel it, when you touch the powder, you will get to know. But the crystalline solids are nothing but in general the salt which we use in our kitchen. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಮನೇಲಿ ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಉಪ್ಪನ್ನು ಹಿಡಿದಾಗ ಯು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಸಮ್ ಬ್ರಿಟಾಲಿಟಿ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಏನು ಅನಿಸ್ತದೆ, ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಕೈಗೆ ಹತ್ತಂಗೆ ಆಗ್ತದಲ್ಲ, ದಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಟಲಿನ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಇವುಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಜಾಮಿಟ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ಅಮೋಫರಸ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಮತ್ತು ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಟಲಿನ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ನಡುವೆ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಒಂದೊಂದೇ ನೋಡುವುದಾದರೆ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಜಾಮಿಟ್ರಿ ಆರ್ ದ ಶೇಪ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬೋದು. ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಸಾ ಈಸ್ ದ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಟಲಿನ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್ ವೇರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಡೆಫಿನೇಟ್ ಶೇಪ್ ಆರ್ ಡೆಫಿನೇಟ್ ಜಾಮಿಟ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ವೈಲ್ ದ ಅಮೋಫರಸ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡೆಫಿನೇಟ್ ಶೇಪ್ ಆರ್ ದ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಜಾಮಿಟ್ರಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಕಂಡು ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ why the crystalline solid is having definite shape or geometry, why not amorphous solid is not having that definite shape and definite geometry ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. why not ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ the first thing is as we were discussed in the first part, that is basics ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ ಹಾಗೆ, why, because solids are the materials in which the constituent particles are definitely arranged or regularly arranged ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ. ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಯೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಅಯೋನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ, ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ದ ಇಂಟರ್ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಬೈಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ಟೂ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅಯೋನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಟೂ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್, ದ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ಟೂ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅನ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಈಸ್ very less ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ, such that the solids are rigid in nature and they have a geometry ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ. The same thing here also in crystalline solid, it has a orderly arrangement of molecules ಇರ್ಬೋದು, atoms ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ions ಇರ್ಬೋದು in a 3D space. So next thing is units ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತದೆ, we will discuss in next part. Here nothing but the simple thing here is in crystalline solid there is an orderly arrangement of these constituent particles. ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಆಟಮ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಅಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಟಲಿನ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, nothing but they are orderly arranged and the intermolecular distance between the two molecule is very short and the intermolecular binding force is very high ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ those kind of molecules comes under the category called as crystalline solids. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡುವಾಗ ಸರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಅಮೋಫರಸ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಅಮೋಫರಸ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಯೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಏನಾಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಅಮೋಫರಸ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ನೇಚರ್ ಅಂತ ಮೊದಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ ಹಾಗೆ, ವೈ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಅವರ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅಮೋಫರಸ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಯೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಮೋಫರಸ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ, ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅಮೋಫರಸ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್ ಕಂಟೈನಿಂಗ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಯೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ ಅರೇಂಜ್. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅವುಗಳ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ. ವಿ ವೋಂಟ್ ಸಿ ರಿಪೀಟೆಡ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಯೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್. ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಮ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ arrangement of these constituent particles, nothing but the molecules ಇರ್ಬೋದು, atoms ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ions ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಮಾಫರಸ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಮ್ ಇನ್ಡೆಫಿನಿಟ್ irregular arrangement we can see. For example, please try to see here. If we consider crystalline solid, so crystalline solids alli you can see here there are two types of molecules or atoms. Ide, let me draw this. So this is how, for example, these are the two different molecules or the atoms or ions or the molecules anta ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ, see here, and another set of molecule will be same. ಅಂದ್ರೆ here we will see a definite arrangement, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಡರ್ಲಿ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣಬಹುದು. ವಾಟ್ this is repeated in a 3D space. ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅದು? This is repeated in a 3D space. These kind of solids are called as nothing but the crystalline solids. Sir, then what about the amorphous solid na consider ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, please try to see here. Amorphous solid na ನೀವು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ how the arrangement would be? The arrangement would be irregular arrangement. For example, let us consider an molecule. Okay, molecule, this is how it is, and there is no repeated unit of the same arrangement. ನೋಡಿದಾಗ it may be somewhat like this. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, here this structure is different, this structure is different, this arrangement is different. So these type of irregular arrangement can be seen in which type of solids? Amorphous solids. So idu enidu, so amorphous solids nalli what we can say that in amorphous solid the constituent particles, these circles are nothing but your constituent particles. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಯೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್, ಅಟಮ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಅಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಇನ್ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಟಲಿನ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿದೆ? ಸೇಮ್ ರಿಪೀಟೆಡ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್, ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅಗೇನ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. There is a regular arrangement of hexagon, we can say, in crystalline. For example, it is a hexagonal arrangement. The same hexagon will repeat in a 3D space in order to crystalline solids. But what about the amorphous solid? If you see here, amorphous solid alli enagta ide, there is an irregular arrangement. You molecule anta consider madidre, there is irregular arrangement is there, because of which the crystalline solid is having definite as well as regular shape ಅಥವಾ geometry ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ, what about the amorphous solid? They doesn't have definite shape or geometry. Why? The only reason is because in crystalline solids they have a orderly arrangement of molecules, which we saw here. Molecules irbodu, atoms irbodu, ions irbodu in a 3D space. In amorphous solid, what is happening here? They doesn't have a proper arrangement. Illi nodada hage, they doesn't have a proper arrangement of the constituent particles. Therefore, no regular shape or geometry in order to amorphous solid. But what about crystalline solid? Crystalline solid is having a regular shape or geometry. Amorphous solid is not having regular shape or geometry. And the next studies will be about the melting point of this amorphous solid and crystalline solid. So the next property in order to differentiate the amorphous solid and crystalline solid is their respective melting points. So if you see crystalline solids, there you will see the sharp melting points, while as in amorphous solid we see there is no proper sharp melting point. So sharp melting point andre enu antantandre, for example, if there is a solid ಅಂತ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. if there is a solid material, if you heat this solid, ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? you are giving some heat to the solid material in order to melt that solid substance. ಯಾವುದೇ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ರಾಡ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಏನೇ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. So what we are doing, we are just giving the heat in order to melt that solid particle. So ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? first it was 10 degree temperature, 20 ಗೆ ರೈಸ್ ಆಯಿತು, 30, 40, 50, 60. For example, if this solid is having a melting point around 70 degree centigrade, it will melt ಅನ್ನೋದೇ ನೋಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ up to 60 degree it remains as a solid itself. ಏನಿದೆ? ಸಾಲಿಡೇ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಾಲಿಡ್. ಸೊ ಯು ಕಾಂಟ್ ಸೇ ದಟ್ ದ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬಿನ್ ನೌ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಮೆಲ್ಟೆಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಬಟ್ ಸೂನ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ 70 degree ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟರ್ನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್. So what is happening here? There is a sharp change. There is a sharp change at 70 degree Celsius where our solid has been completely changed to the liquid state. So hagadre what we say, that means this solid is nothing but the crystalline solid. So hagadre crystalline solids are having sharp melting point antandrenu, at one temperature our solid will completely turns to liquid. So this is the meaning of a sharp melting point. So the amorphous solid is not having that sharp melting point. Hagadre ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಟಲಿನ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ತರ at definite temperature, at certain temperature our solid will directly convert to liquid. Those type of solids are called as crystalline solids. But what about the amorphous solids? There we can't see the sharp melting point. Sudden agi at certain temperature our amorphous solid won't convert to liquid. For example, if you see glass anna ನೋಡಿರಬಹುದು. So glass seems to be a solid in nature. So ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ನೇಚರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಬಟ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಹೀಟ್ ದ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಅವಾಗ ಗ್ಲಾಸು ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಟು ಮಾಲ್ಟನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಫರ್ದರ್ ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನು ಏನಾದರೂ ಹೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟರ್ನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್. ಹೌದಾ? ದಿಸ್ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಅಗೇನ್ ಕೂಲ್, ಈ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡನ್ನು ನೀವು ಕೂಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಮತ್ತೇನು ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ, ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ manufactured back. So ಹಾಗಾದರೆ what is happening here? The glass suddenly, ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಹೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ಗೆ ಟರ್ನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು at a certain temperature. But what is happening here? The glass will first convert to molten state. Molten state ಅಂತಂದರೆ is a mixture of solid and liquid ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So later if you give another increase in temperature, if you further give the temperature, what is happening here? It will now convert to liquid, and after cooling it will again comes back to its original state. Your glass ಮತ್ತೆ prepare ಆಗ್ತದೆ. So what we call this property of glass, so glass ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಏನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ, glass is known as, it's a pseudo solid. ಏನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅನ್ನ pseudo solid ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಅಥವಾ glass is also called as super cooled liquid ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನೇಚರ್. ಹಾಗಾದರೆ give an example for amorphous solid ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? Glass is a very good example for amorphous solid. While explaining the melting point, you can see here this is a very good example. Glass, when you heat the glass, it will now convert to molten state. It is a mixture of both solid and liquid. Then it converts to liquid state. But what about the crystalline solid? Crystalline solid ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, at a certain temperature is directly converting into liquid. Correct ಒಂದು temperature ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, there is conversion from solid to liquid. That type of melting points are called as a sharp melting points. Then what about the amorphous solids? There is no sharp melting point. And very important thing is, glass is known as pseudo solid or super cooled liquid. So ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ why crystalline solid is having a sharp melting point and why not amorphous solid is not having the sharp melting point ಅನ್ನೋದು reason ನೋಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ, again the same thing about the because ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ again the same thing is the arrangement of constituent particles. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ as we studied earlier itself, crystalline solids ಅಲ್ಲಿ we have a definite arrangement. Amorphous solid ನಲ್ಲಿ irregular arrangement. Because of this only our crystalline solid is showing sharp melting point. Amorphous solid is not showing the sharp melting point. So we come to an result that amorphous solids are now called as pseudo solids. ಏನಿದು pseudo solids ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Then crystalline solids are called as true solids. So which among the following is ಟ್ರೂ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕೆಸೆಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅಥವಾ ನೀಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ಟ್ರೂ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್? ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಟಲಿನ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಟ್ರೂ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್. ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ಸೂಡೋ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್? Pseudo solids are nothing but the amorphous solid. So amorphous solids is a very good example is glass or fiber. We say any kind of fiber and you ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ we can easily get that thing. So this is how it works. So melting point ನಲ್ಲಿ differentiation ನೋಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ crystalline solid is having sharp melting point, amorphous solid is not having the sharp melting point. What is the reason for that? Again the arrangement of constituent particles. In crystalline solid there is regular arrangement, and in amorphous solid there is irregular arrangement. And very important thing is glass is called as pseudo solid, and glass is also called as the super cooled liquid. And the next point, in order to differentiate these properties of crystalline solid and amorphous solid, is nothing but the isotropy and anisotropic properties. Let us see now. The next very important property in order to differentiate the crystalline and amorphous solid is nothing but the isotropy and anisotropic nature. We say that the amorphous solids are isotropic in nature. So what is meant by isotropy anta nododadre, if the physical properties like electrical conductivity irbodu, thermal conductivity irbodu, athwa mechanical strength irbodu, or it may be refractive index. If you see those physical properties along all directions, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ you will get the same value. For example, if you consider refractive index ನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ, consider this as a amorphous solid. So what I am doing here, I am calculating the refractive index from this direction, or I am calculating the refractive index from this direction. ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ನೀವು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ the refractive index will remain same. ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, refractive index value ಯಾವುದೇ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ if you pass the light, the refractive index value will remains same. Those type of solids are nothing but the amorphous solid, and this kind of property is called as isotropic property. So we say that amorphous solids are isotropic in nature. And artha enu hagadre, all the physical properties are same along all direction. So our amorphous solid will show us the isotropy in nature. So what about the crystalline solid then? Simple. Crystalline solid is anisotropic in nature. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ, if you consider the solid molecule, ಇದು crystalline solid ಅಂತ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ, if you calculate again, if you see example of refractive index, from this direction the refractive index is something different. From this direction if you say, again our refractive index is different. From this direction if you say, our refractive index is different. From this direction if you say, if you see, from any direction you will get a different value of refractive index in order to crystalline solids. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು, crystalline solids are anisotropic in nature. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ what is meant by anisotropic in nature? Nothing but all the physical properties are having different values along different directions. ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ different direction ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡ್ರು ಕೂಡ you will get the change in the values of refractive index. For example, if you take refractive index as one of the property, as a physical property, you will find that in crystalline solids you will get a different values along different directions. So we say that crystalline solids are anisotropic in nature. For example, what is meant by crystalline solid? Crystalline solids are nothing but the solids which are having a regular arrangement. ಇದು ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು, regular arrangement. ಯಾವುದ್ರದ್ದು ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟು? ವಿ ನೋ ದಟ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಯೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಡ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರಿಂಗ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಟಲಿನ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಇದೊಂದು ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲು, so see here, if I say that if I am passing the refractive index, that is if I am calculating the refractive index along this direction, ಈ direction ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ there is a certain arrangement, you will get refractive index value some plus. ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ನ್ಯೂಮರಿಕಲ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಸಿ ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಮ್ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಇವೆರಡು ಕೂಡ ಟೂ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್. They are the two different molecules of crystalline solid, in which if I pass along one direction, I am finding one of the arrangement. So if I pass through this direction, ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, see here also there is different molecules. ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, there is different molecules. You will get one refractive index as, let us see, plus. different values ante artha. So if I pass through now, like in this direction, ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಹಾಗಾದರೆ, here there is a bigger molecule, there is a shorter molecule, bigger molecule, a smaller molecule and a bigger molecule. Again, if I pass through the refractive index in this direction, I will get some refractive index value as plus plus plus. Either it may be any value. So there is a difference in the value from plus to double plus and double plus to triple plus according to if you change the directions. So these kind of properties shown by the crystalline solids and nothing but it is called as an isotropic nature. If you pass one of the ray from this angle, there is one arrangement. If I pass the refractive index from this angle, it is having another arrangement. If I pass through this angle, it is having another arrangement. And the very important thing is this arrangement is regular. This is a repeated unit. 3D alli kuda ide tara there is a repeated unit. Will get a different refractive index along different directions. But what about this in amorphous solid? Amorphous solids, we don't have this regular arrangement. Ee tara regular arrangement irodilla. So we say that amorphous solids are isotropic in nature and crystalline solids are anisotropic in nature. And the very very important note here is a very very important note. So please try to remember this. I am writing here note. So what is happening here? If I pass any ray of light through crystalline solids nalli na, if I try to pass the ray of light in order to calculate the refractive index ನನಗೆ calculate ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. What I am doing? I am just passing the ray of light along the any of the direction ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. Here our ray of light will be split into two different rays. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಿದೆ, the velocity of the two rays have been now changed because of this arrangement. There is one bigger molecule, one smaller molecule is there. So what is happening here? They are now classified into two rays now. So we call it as, in crystalline solids we see double refraction. So very very important point here is our crystalline solid will show what kind of refraction? Double refraction. Why? Because of this regular arrangement, and this is very important for your competitive exams like NEET or JEE. So which of the following will show the double refraction? Amorphous solid, crystalline solid, both of them, or none of the above? What would be the answer? The answer would be the crystalline solids will show the double refraction. That is very very important point. And later there are some other properties which we see in order to differentiate the amorphous solid and the crystalline solid, and this is very very important. That is amorphous solid is isotropic in nature and crystalline solids are anisotropic in nature. Let us see some of the other properties. So and the next very important properties in order to differentiate the amorphous and the crystalline solids are nothing but the cleavage property. The first thing is the cleavage property. If you say the cleavage property andre enu nododadre, simple thing here. If you consider this as a solid, ಈಗ ನಾನು ಇದೊಂದು solid ಅಂತ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. This is a solid. If I want to divide this two solid, what I should do? I should cut the solid material with a sharp tool. ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಒಂದು ಶಾರ್ಪ್ ಟೂಲ್ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು I should cut this solid either in any direction. ನೀವು ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡ್ರು ಓಕೆ, ಆರ್ ಎನಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಂದ ನಾವು ಶಾರ್ಪ್ ಟೂಲ್ನಿಂದ if you try to cut the solid. So if it results in, I will consider it has been now divided into two pieces. If that solid has now divided into two pieces, and if the surface of these two pieces are smooth, ಏನಿದೆ smooth and plane, ಎರಡು ಕೂಡ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ there is regular space ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದರೆ, ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಅಂತ ಬಂದು ನೋಡಿದರೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು? ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಸ್ಮೂತ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಪ್ಲೇನ್. ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಇರ್ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರಿಟಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಟು ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದರೆ ದೋಸ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ, ಕ್ಲೀವೇಜ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ ಹಾಗಾದನ್ನ? crystalline solids only. So crystalline solids, when cut with sharp tool, it splits up into two pieces, and these two pieces are nothing but having the surfaces both smooth and plain. But what about the amorphous solid? Amorphous solid na ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ, if you try to cut the solid particle, either it may be example is the amorphous solid ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು? ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, there is some irregularity. So if it is a amorphous solid, the two pieces of the solids were having irregular surfaces. ಅಂದರೆ ಎರಡು ಕೂಡ ಸರ್ಫೇಸಸ್ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿದೆ. there is no smoothness or plane ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಬಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಟಲಿನ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್, ವಿ ಸಿ ದ ಟೂ ಪೀಸಸ್ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ದ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್, ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಮೂತ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಆಗಿ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಕಟ್ ದ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ವಿತ್ ಎನಿ ಶಾರ್ಪ್ ಟೂಲ್, what you should result in the two pieces, or either it may be differentiated into n number of pieces. If we say, the only thing which is bothering here is their surface. If their surface is regular, then it is a crystalline solid. If the surfaces are irregular, then it is an amorphous solid anta ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. And the next very important topic is the property is the heat of fusion. Heat of fusion ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, the amount of heat which is given to a substance in order to change its physical property from either solid to liquid. Solid ಇಂದ liquid ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, that is nothing but property is nothing but the heat of fusion. And heat of fusion is definite for crystalline solid. At certain temperature, our crystalline solid will now changes from solid to liquid. But what about the amorphous solid? It is indefinite. The heat of fusion for amorphous solid is indefinite. Why? The reason is in the melting point property, as we have earlierly discussed. Earlier ನಾವೇನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಮೆಲ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ನ, ದೇರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ವೈ ದ ಹೀಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಟಲಿನ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಅಮಾರ್ಫರಸ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ದ indefinite ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ, why? Because of its arrangement only. Again, the arrangement of the constituent particles. If there is a regular arrangement of the particles, then it is called as crystalline solid, and the crystalline solid is having sharp melting point. Sharp melting point is nothing but the heat of fusion. Andre at certain temperature, our solid is now converting into the liquid, so it is definite. Then what about amorphous solid? It is having indefinite heat of fusion because it won't change its physical property suddenly. Example is the glass. Glass is also known as the supercooled liquid and the pseudo liquid, which we have already seen that things. Sorry, it is not a pseudo liquid, it's a pseudo solid. And next thing is the order of arrangement of the constituent particles. Order of arrangement ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಇದು ಕೂಡ this also has been revised itself. Nothing but in crystalline solids there is a long range order. There is a repetitive regular arrangement of the particles. ಯಾವ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸು, ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಅಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ವೇರ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ಅ ಲಾಂಗ್ ರೇಂಜ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್, ವೈಲ್ ಆಸ್ ಇನ್ amorphous solid ವಿ ಸಿ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ರೇಂಜ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಆಸ್ ಲರ್ನ್ ದ difference between the amorphous solid and the crystalline solid. In your exam, in board exam, you may find a question naming write the differences between amorphous solid and crystalline solids anta kelbodu, or in some of the reasoning type questions, why solids are rigid, why crystalline solid is rigid in nature, why crystalline solid is having sharp melting point, ee ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತ questions ಬರ್ಬೋದು. And a very very important property here is the anisotropy and the isotropy. Please try to see those things in a little bit concentration ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಅದನ್ನು ಓದ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. that property, which property? Anisotropy and isotropy property, and these are all nothing but the in the study of amorphous and the crystalline solids. So next part ಏನು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, in next part we will solve the in-text questions based on this topic itself. ನಿಮ್ಮ CBSE NCERT text book ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ that we will solve, that is in-text question based on basics, general characteristics of solid, and very very important, the difference between the amorphous and the crystalline solids ಮೇಲೆ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ in-text questions ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ that we will solve. I think they are many are the reasoning type of question. We will try to see these things in the next part, that is part 3 in-text question. Along with the next part of the syllabus, we will start in the part 3. So thank you. Once again I am saying you please like, share and subscribe the channel and press the bell icon in order to get the further notification, and please share the videos with your friends. Thank you.